Hey, welcome to Man Kitchen Recipes. I'm Kevin, and you know, it's flu season, cold season. Everybody's got runny noses, stuff, sinuses, a little congestion in the chest. And even though it's not scientifically proven, I think the chicken noodle soup or chicken vegetable soup or homemade chicken soup, man, it's one of the best things for you. It may not cure what you got, but I tell you what, it'll sure make you feel better, and it will, I think, help you heal faster. So I'm going to show you how I make a chicken noodle soup. You can make chicken vegetable soup. You can do the chicken noodle. This is an easy way to do it. I don't make homemade noodles. I'll show you which noodles I make. But this is also New Mexico. And here in New Mexico, since I love green chili, and a lot of us love green chili, I put some green chili in my chicken noodle soup. And I'll tell you what, if your sinuses are stuffed up, any kind of spice inside that chicken soup just helps clear those sinuses. So if you don't like or can't get a hold of a can of Hatch chilies, you know, you can put sriracha sauce, you could put whatever hot sauce you like in your chicken noodle soup, something to spice it up a little bit. And I'll tell you what, it does clear your sinuses, not just the steam from the soup. Get some hot sauce in there, get something hot. And I'm gonna put green chili in mine. You can omit it if you want, and it's absolutely delicious without something hot. So let me show you how I do it, and I gotta tell you, you have to use a whole chicken. You gotta boil that chicken. You gotta get that bone broth. You gotta get everything from the chicken in there, not just a can of Campbell's, all right? So here's how I do it.
Okay, so all you need is a whole chicken. This one's about 5.5 pounds. I'm gonna light the fire underneath it. I'm gonna add 4 cups of chicken broth, and then I'm going to put about 2 cups of water because the chicken's gonna make its own broth. So that's enough liquid. You let it go for about 45 minutes, and 45 minutes later, here we are. Check that out. All right, if you absolutely have to check it and you have a thermometer, just use it, check it out. But I can guarantee after 45 minutes, if it's not done, it will be done by the time this soup is done. So this is ready. So I'm going to turn the fire off, and man, this is hot. And you just want to get this chicken out of the pot and onto a pan. Look at the skin just peels right off. And you want to let this sit for 20 to 35, whatever, until it's cool enough to touch. And then you want to just start taking all the meat off the chicken. If you use your hands, you know, you can take all the excess skin that's on there, anything that you don't want to eat, you want to obviously just set it to the side. All right, pretty easy, right? So here we are. Chicken on one side, all the bones on the other. And don't forget about the wishbone.
Hey, ready? Oh! Looks like your wish comes true.
Okay, back to making the soup. And then you want to add your chicken back in. Now I'm making 2 pots, so in one pot, I'm splitting all the chicken from one to the other. If you do this as one batch, you're going to get a big pot of chicken noodle soup, which is great if you have a lot of people to serve. So anyway, just put about half of it in there. And then I add 4 more cups of chicken broth. You got to get that volume with the broth. And then I had about 3 or 4 carrots cut up, and I'm only putting half of it in. And also just only about a half a cup of diced onions, and I'm going to put half in here. And I like garlic, so I'm going to put a couple little, I don't know, it's probably 3 cloves if you use fresh. Okay, cover it up, let it simmer about 25 or 30 minutes. And then at this point, you want to use these Reams home-style egg noodles. You can find them at Walmart. These, to me, are the best egg noodles pre-made. So add your noodles, but when you add your noodles, be very careful because you're dumping into really hot liquid. Okay, then at this point too, you want to also get your green chilies in. If you're going to use green chilies, put them in now. I like to use Bueno Hatch Autumn Roast, and I'm only going to put about a 1/4 cup, or just a can of Hatch chili if you can find it, and the other half I'm going to put in the other pot. So I'm making 2 pots. So. And then you're going to let this simmer for about 30-35 minutes, and it'll be done. So that's it.
I made 2 pots. I split it because 1 pot was going to Elizabeth's daughter. And I'll tell you what, this chicken noodle soup is something I make probably 2 to 4 times during a winter, maybe even more, depending on who all gets sick. Anytime a friend or family member gets sick and they're feeling really puny, I usually would like to take them a pot of chicken noodle soup, and pretty easy. I use the Reams noodles. You can make your own noodles, but hey, I like the easy way. But the key is, there's two key ingredients. Using a whole chicken, and you got to add a little love, right? It makes all the difference in the world. And in New Mexico, we add green chili. Let me see if I got a little piece of green chili in here. I'll show you. I'll tell you what, just that little spice. There's not a lot of green chili. I only put a little bit. So one little, one good can of a hatch if you can find it. Very tasty. Adds just a little bit of heat. So here we go. I'm telling you, you got to throw the chicken in whole. You get the chicken fat in there. You get the chicken bone broth in there. I swear that helps cure what ails you. There's the green chili in there. Now you can put celery in here if you'd like. I didn't have any, and I like it both ways, so we just went without. We just did the carrots. So anyway, there we are. Homemade chicken noodle soup. If you're feeling puny, if someone in your family is feeling puny, make them this, and they will appreciate it, because it is way better, like 1,000 times better than anything you can buy in a can. All right. Thanks for watching. Definitely make this. It is cold and flu season. I guarantee you'll at least feel better while you're eating it and as soon after you're eating it. All right. I hope you have a awesome day and stay healthy. Eat some chicken soup.